All right, finally got the plastic pallets. A lot of hunting around. We finally got them off of Craigslist. Very nice gentleman down in Keene. A couple of them had a little bit of damage to them. We worked out a deal. He gave me a seventh one for the same price. I got them for $10 a piece. That shouldn't make too much of an issue. It's still got a lot of integrity. These cells, there's like another piece in the center, so it's not just all outside. But these should work really good. So this one's a little different, but the other 6 are the same. This one's even much more heavy duty. But I like these because there's going to be a lot of circulation. Air is going to flow underneath. And if we get any rain or snow inside the shed blowing in, it's not going to sit there and pool under the logs. So that worked out. Unfortunately, I was also getting my tires changed today, so I had to make room for the 4 tires inside so I can get those. But all set to go. So I'm back on track now. I just need to get myself in gear and move on to the next stages with that. All right, well, not only did I underestimate the number that I needed, but looking at this is not going to work for a couple of reasons. First of all, it adds a ridiculous amount of height to a structure that's already up off the ground, so that's going to be that much higher. I'm going to need for steps. So while these are, pretty solid enough, it's also, because it's only resting on the joist, even with the flat bottom, it's not as secure. Catching that there? Yeah, it's going to be secured down, but we know how it is with plastic. It starts getting brittle in the cold, and if you're screwing the plastic down, you can lose those points of contact. The other thing is that some of these have a little bit of a break in there. I'm not sure if you can see underneath. That one there is a little broken underneath. So you got to position them just right on here to avoid the breaks. And then, of course, you also have, I'm going to have to cut to get it to fit. And anyway, I just decided it's not going to work. If this does break, now you're going through until, your crotch stops you. So we're going to go a different direction. I'm going to get a deck board. It's going to be a lot more expensive, but it will last. And at least with the deck board, if I do get a piece that for some reason winds up rotting or cracking, I can just cut it between the joists and fit a new piece in. So the repairs will be a lot easier. It'll be a lot more secure. And it's going to add a lot more weight to this too, which will help negate some of the wind sailing effect on it. Anyway, that's what's going on with the flooring. Started in the wrong spot. Alright, so anyway, it is November 10th. Had a bit of a delay because I realized I needed more. I changed up my roof idea. I'll talk more about that when I get to the roof section. But I also had to change up my floor idea. I was waiting to hear back from plastic pallet people for about 2 weeks, hoping I could avoid a big long trip. And I'm glad I did wait and avoided a big long trip because they didn't work out. So I already mentioned what I'm doing with the floor. So we're moving on because I can do this next step without the floor on, because these are my uprights. So I got 3 uprights in the back, each in the middle, and I have 3 in the front. So I'm using the 6x6 that I had on the sander shed. So that's repurposed. Cut that down. So I got to raise these. And I'm going to, before I raise them, I'm going to use this strapping here. I'm going to put it on each side, or on the one face and the other face. I'm going to screw it in there. So when I get it up, it's hanging down. I can just notch that screw in. And that way I can work on getting it level and keeping it stable. And then once those are in the corners, of course I'm going to attach them, but I'm also going to get another 6x6 blocking, and I'll just run it nice and tight up against that. So it's got the more support at the bottom. So that's what we're working on here. And I just cut the 3 for the back, but I'm going to do a side each so I can lock them together at the top rather than just have the freestanding ones in the back. And I'm probably not going to get all that done today. Enough government work. Okay, so I got that all locked in and level. So it's just temporary holding it there. I did put in that extra blocking right there. So now I'm going to lock that into the base. And for that, I'm using these Fashion Master timber locks. For here, these are 2.5-inch lags. So we'll get those in. The bottom will be set. I'm going to leave the temporaries on here until I can get the front up and lock them together up top. And I'll probably still keep some diagonals until I get the roof in. Right. All right, I know what time it is. So, we have the back three done. Just got to do the front three. I was not planning on doing here because I'm doing 10s, 2x10s to span. So I think I'll be fine. All right, so that's done. I'm hoping next weekend the weather's still fairly decent and I'll be able to get to the front with enough time that once the front are up, I'd like to tie those 2x6s right in. Or 2x... What did I get? Oh, I did 2x6s. All right. 2x6s, but they're going to be doubled up. I'm taking a look. So this is just about 10 feet. That shed back there that a non-carpenter person built using actual dimensional 2x4s. Looks like he must have had them milled locally, but those are 2x4s. Those are not 6s. And that's all he's got on the span of the shed. And this thing has been here for 20 years that I've been here without any problem. And when I did this one, I did use 8s up there. 8s, yeah, those are 8s. But you look at the span, I forget how big this is, but I only did one center here, so I might be just going a little bit more than that. So, like I said, we'll see how stable it looks. It's only got to take a snow load. That's the only thing. And, you know, the angle is going to be pretty much like all the others around here. It should shed the snow pretty good. All right, anyway, I'm cold. The weather could not make up its mind what it's doing today. It's been getting cloudier. Just when it was getting hot in the sun, the wind would pick up. So I'm sweaty but chilled. Anyway, I got to clean up and get ready for work in the morning.